I just had to quickly. Hey, everybody. So tonight we have a very special episode. If you guys are watching over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the other platforms, tonight we're integrating TikTok. This is the first time we've actually put them all together and run them simultaneously, and we are currently live on 20 different social media platforms. And we're doing it tonight with our good friend, Mr. Gray Robin Hood, Billy.
A.K.A. Billy Robin Hood.
A.K.A. Billy Robin Hood. But what he doesn't know is we're actually going to interview him tonight.
Oh, all right, let's go. So they can know my story, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
Let's do it. A lot of people don't know my story.
Mm-hmm. But we're also going to get to the root of it.
I knew there was some. I knew there was a twist. I knew there was a twist. All right, y'all be ready. This is about to get raw and honest tonight.
Well, that's the only way you should be.
Yeah, it is. I'm learning it.
So tell us a little bit about how you grew up.
I grew up in a broken home.
What does a broken home mean?
A broken home means basically your parents just gave up on you by birth, before birth. My mom basically drank a 6-pack of beer every day when she was pregnant with me, all the way until she was 8 months, and smoked crack cocaine. And then being born with cerebral palsy. I mean, how can you get broken and empty? And I mean, the doctor said I wouldn't be able to walk or talk till I was age of 5. So I had to fight through the womb and fight when I was born.
It must have been lonely.
I was been lonely since I was 4 years old. It's been lonely this whole time, but it gets better.
It does.
It does. Meeting people like you guys, it gets a lot better.
So tell us, for the people who are new to hearing about Billy on the other platforms, you grew up in a broken home.
Non-stop.
You got into drugs, correct?
Yeah, I got into drugs about age of 26, 27, right before I got married to my ex-wife. I was on drugs way before that, but I didn't want to admit that I was an addict because I used drugs to numb my pain, my internal pain, because we literally use physical pain to cover up our emotional pain. And from what my parents taught me, drugs were the outlet, not knowing that I was destroying my life at the same time.
And your mom was a prostitute and a stripper.
Prostitute, stripper. And here's the thing. When in the 80s, she was a model for JCPenney's. She could have worked for Disney World, her drawing. She was a hell of a drawer, artist. Let's say this, a hell of an artist. And we were in Florida when I was 3 years old, and I remember a good time. And when we came back to North Carolina, hell broke loose, man. And she let it all go. Every single opportunity she let go because of the past that she went through. And I am not gonna allow that for me in my future.
But you spent 15 years hiding from it, right?
Oh, way more than that, man. From 16 years old, 15 really, to, I'm 36, and I started changing my life 2 years ago. So from 16 to 34 years old, I chased absolutely nothing. Trying to fix my brokenness, my abandonment, my loneliness, blaming others for the way I was living my life.
Anybody else feel like that? Anyone else feel like, it's not me, it's always somebody else. I'm the victim.
Oh, it was easy to point fingers at everybody. But guess what? When you point a finger, what happens?
4 more pointing back at you.
Exactly.
But the difference I've come to notice is there are a lot of people who claim they're victims that are not.
Yes.
But at the same time, you were actually a victim in a lot of ways.
I was taught I was a victim, and then I became, what's even worse is I became just like them, a manipulator, a user. You know what I mean? Like, I had to apologize to a friend of mine last night and call out my own shit. But you know what's cool about being honest with that person? I felt freedom. I said, look, you may not like me, you may not never forgive me, but this is the truth. And I manipulated you, and I used you, and I did this. You know what she told me? I had more respect for you now than I've ever had in my whole life. And it felt kind of good.
Making amends feels like a impossible task at times.
Oh, man. It's the hardest thing to do.
But the problem is not the fear. It's that our own guilt tricks us into thinking things will turn out one way when we have no idea.
Oh no, you don't have making amends with yourself. That's what it first starts. Because if you don't admit to yourself that you're the problem and the way you're living your life is not the solution, then you're not going to fix the outcome.
So, you were married. How'd that marriage go?
Well, we were together for 2 years. We were both addicts.
No, so it went wonderfully.
Oh man, it went to hell. It went to hell, man. Matter of fact, I was with my high school sweetheart, and I know everybody remembers this app. If you don't remember, it's just like every other dating app. I met my ex-wife on yearbook/meetme.com. Okay, I met her, and you know what I used to do? I was with my high school sweetheart. I would wake up in the morning, go to take a shit in the bathroom, and be on other dating apps because I wasn't happy with myself. And I found her, right? An instant, I thought I was in love. I was not. I was lusting. I was trying to find an outlet that I couldn't find. So we got together, and we were together for 2 years. And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, to this day, I still have love for that woman. You know what I mean? Even though we were addicts, I have love for her kids. Matter of fact, her son still looks up to me today. And he's about 10 years old. He calls me dad still. But being two addicts and getting married never works. Everything falls apart. You know why? Because you build your foundation broken. Your foundation is not solid.
There is no foundation.
No, there's not. When you think you do, the big bad wolf blows you down.
It was running.
That was the easy part.
That's all you do.
Yeah. But facing your own shit, that's the hard part.
Because that's what your mom always did.
Oh yeah, she ran, and her brothers ran. They ran to the military. My mom had no chance. She was between 7 to 14. Truck drivers would walk in the door, and my grandma would look at her and say, "You know what you need to do. When I get back, that money better be on that table." She had no chance. 7 to 14 years old.
She may have had a harder road, but everybody's got a chance.
Oh yeah, everybody's got a chance. Everybody's got an opportunity. But the thing is, you got to stop blaming others for the life you were given. You know, you got to stop letting the past control your future.
You have to understand that everything you go through, as much as it hurts, as much as it feels like it holds you back, it's actually your power.
Oh yeah, it's been my fuel since I started this.
That's one of the things I've been trying to get people to understand. If you've come from abusive relationships, if you've been a victim of horrible family members, if you've suffered from physical ailments, no matter what it is, once you make it through that, it gives you strength.
Oh, yes, it does.
Although it doesn't feel like it, it gives you the understanding of what is possible that you can make it through. And yet we hide.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we say, I can't because of it. But whatever circumstance you're facing, what is it compared to what you've already been through? Once you flip that perspective, unfortunately though, you have to face the fact that you've been the problem and there has been no barriers in front of you except for you.
Exactly.
And that's okay. Because God still gave you breath in your lungs today, and hopefully will tomorrow. And you only need this moment to make that change. And you decided to make a change, correct?
Yes, when I had nothing left to run away from. So
you hid in a job. You had a nice apartment.
Yeah, so I had my sister's apartment. Mm-hmm. I asked her for some help. You know what? You know what's sad? Me and my sister have 16 years apart, and I look up to her like a big sister. Okay? She welcomed me in her apartment because she felt bad, and she said, yeah, you can come on in. And then she wanted to switch schools, so she moved out, and she's like, can you take care of the bills? And I was like, yeah, sure thing, I got you. When really I was just trying to not be irresponsible. my son literally was taken away from his mother. She's a great mom. She's a wonderful mom. We may not agree on a lot of things that I do in my life, but she saved my life.
Now, she may not have agreed with the things you did past tense.
Yes. But she was willing to save my life from my son. That's sacrifice. When I'm willing to run around the streets and be a drug addict and not be a responsible dad, not be a responsible spouse.
She was willing to stay home and get the job done that you should have been doing.
Exactly. I still feel ashamed of that. But there's room to be better.
There's always room to be better.
Yes. Yeah.
You ever wonder why you look at your sister as your big your role model?
She didn't want to be like us. She wanted to make an opportunity, and she had a drive before I even thought about a drive. And so I might have not agreed on a lot of things she said, but like I said, I talked to my family member the other day, right? And so my sister just got married. And my cousin asked me, "What do you think?" I said, "I'm proud of her." Because there's no, she's done everything she said she's gonna do. Why am I gonna doubt her decision when she is, every time she's made a choice in life, she has uplifted herself and went after whatever she's going after.
And that's one of the things that has cost you a lot of pain here is I want you to see that if you say something, you check your words before you say them.
Yeah.
Because your words are meaningless. It's your actions that count.
Yeah, and it was sad that she was 16 years younger than me. I was 31, 32. My sister's like 18, 19, and she's outdoing me in life. And that made me feel ashamed of myself. I have a little sister's that outdoing her brother. And then she's like willing to give me the apartment, right? So she gave me the apartment. She moved out. I had a nice car. I had a nice job. I was a welder. I was a window welder. I weld windows together at this factory.
Say that 16 times fast.
Say what?
Say that 16 times fast.
I know, for real. But I was miserable when I came home. I was lonely. And then it became Father's Day, and my son wasn't there. And that hit. I was this close of giving up in life. And something told me one night, I didn't have a father. Why am I gonna give this little boy the same life that I was given? Absolutely not. And then something just changed me.
So you made the decision on Father's Day?
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know his story on other social medias, the next thing he did is the reason he's sitting here. He did what almost no one has the guts to do. Now, you got to understand, he's just gotten away from the drugs. He's got a house, he's got a car, he's got a great job, but he's still empty. He wants his son back. He wants to have his son in his life, and he knows that he's not there because he fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
So what did you decide to do to change that?
Well, I reached out to a friend on TikTok. But of course, I had no friends. You know, I had acquaintances. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I was a drug dealer at the time.
You had lots of acquaintances.
Yeah. You know, it's a lonely road. At the end of the night, nobody gives a crap about you. They just want what you have.
Or they want to fill their own void by being there for you.
Exactly. So I finally just decided to reach out to a friend in Missouri. She said, "Why you want to come to Missouri?" I said, "Why not? Ain't nothing here for me." She said, "This is misery out here." That's what they call Missouri. Misery. Yeah. She said, "You running about something, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, of course." She said, "Well, I need a roommate." I said, "Well,
shit.
All right, let's go." I said, "Well, I got $300 in my pocket. I'm gonna get a plane ticket. I'm coming." She said, "You serious?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, I said, "But the problem is I'm flying into Kansas City." That was 3 hours from her house. She said, "Well, you can't go nowhere else. You can't fly into where I'm living." I said, "I don't have an extra money. I gotta go. Are you gonna be there?" She said, "Yeah, I'll be there." She showed up. She got there, and I lived there, and I failed. I failed because I failed, but I didn't fail. I was shown a lot. I was shown a lot of things about me. People, you know what I told them? I said, I'm going after my dreams. My whole family looked down on me for this decision. All my friends said, oh, you're running like you always do. I said, you know what? Whatever I do find, it better be peace, because after all what I've done, it hasn't been nothing. So of course, yeah, I was running from my problems. Of course, I got my car repoed, and I let my sister's apartment go, and she was very upset about that.
I can imagine. I would be too.
And then I took my last check and I took off, and they were pretty pissed off at me at first.
I bet they were. I'd be pissed too.
But I found peace and quality with myself
Well,
through the struggles and tribulations that I went through in them first couple months.
sorry, I was rearranging the screen on the side, guys. If you guys can't tell, I know it's a little awkward, but I actually, on the other platforms, I put a rear camera facing forward so you can see what it looks like from our perspective.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy here. I just have a question for everybody watching on all the platforms. How many of you guys would have the guts to walk away from everything in your life right now with no plan for just a shot to make things better? Like, stand up today and say, I'm out with $300 in your pocket. No plan, no idea.
I was pretty insane then.
But finally admitting to yourself that nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yes,
Because it's the truth.
it is.
That takes guts. And everyone's going to call you stupid. I don't think it's stupid at all. I think it's brave as shit.
They thought I was doubted the whole time. My whole family didn't talk to me for 7 months. My own niece, that's my motivation now. I couldn't talk to her for 4 months because of what I did. They blocked me on everything. Mm-hmm. They blocked me on social media. But you know what's funny? They reached out to me a couple days ago and they said they were proud of me. They're proud. I was at your job.
So you remember what I told you with your ex?
Yeah.
Work until your greatest haters are your biggest supporters.
Oh man, that hit me before I got here too.
It just happened.
Yeah, but she knows what's going on, and she may not admit that she's supporting me right now, but she sees it because I'm all over Google.
Well, here's the thing. The other thing I wanted to tell you tonight is I want her information once we get off this live, because I'm going to message her. And I'm going to tell her from my perspective what I'm seeing. She doesn't have to respond. She doesn't have to say anything, but I want to reach out and tell her.
That would be amazing. One hard-headed to another. I would love to see that.
She's not necessarily hard-headed. She's protective.
She's very protective, and she's a hell of a mom.
Okay.
And her family's a hell of a family, man. They have raised that little boy, and that little boy is learning so much school and so much knowledge, and I'm missing a lot out, but I'd rather miss a little bit of time out now than miss his whole life like my mom did me. So
I see a lot of people over in the KI Live saying that they've done it or they would do it. You know, if you have the guts to pull that off, to just take the leap, you have no boundaries. You have no ceiling of what's possible for you. Every single successful person of every caliber I've ever met, and there are a lot, every one of them is there because they had that in them. It only takes two things to achieve every goal that's out there. One, you got to be too crazy to think it's possible in the face of everyone telling you it's not. Number two, you got to be too stupid to know when to quit.
yeah.
When you're willing to step out, that means you're willing to do anything to make your goal a reality. And when you're really actually willing and willing to do whatever it takes, you're unstoppable.
You know what made me, that final thought made me go after my dreams? So I sat there and I thought about it, right? And I was sitting there. I was making $18 an hour.
Yeah.
But I was working 5 p.m. to 3:30 in the morning, Monday through Saturday. Matter of fact, I have a friend of mine that believed in me. Listen, I have a friend of mine that still works there.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to you, boy. I love you, man. Kai, I love you. But anyways, he said, "What's wrong, Billy?" I said, "Man, I'm going crazy. I want to go after my dreams." He said, "I know you got a voice. You're good at motivating." He goes, "Go after it." He goes, "You're miserable here." I said, "I am." And so what happened was, I just went after this thing, right? Not knowing where I was gonna go, what was gonna happen. But what that last thought I had was, the only way to get my son back. Yes, a lot of people say hire a lawyer, go to court. But why am I gonna take away my son from the situation he's in, perfectly fine, over my stubborn ways? I can't do that to him.
No, you can't.
So what else? That job, that $18 an hour in North Carolina, is not gonna pay for a lawyer. It's not gonna pay for a house.
No.
And having cerebral palsy is killing me because I can't work the next 20 years. I'm not gonna make it. My legs will not make it. Because having cerebral palsy, standing on your feet 12 hours a day, you know, I have proved to everybody my whole life that I could do that. I tried the military 4 times. They denied me. They told me you're already a warrior, blah, blah, blah. But that's no point. What I'm saying is,
They did not really tell you that you're already a warrior.
No, they said,
right.
No, they did say, they said for somebody to walk in here.
Yeah.
And try to out from the military and get denied.
4 times.
4 times, because I tried the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Army.
Yeah.
They said, you already have the warrior spirit in you. I was told that at 18, 19, 20, and then I gave up because finally I was just, okay, they're not gonna allow me. I was just like, put me in training camp. Just put me there. I know I'll outwork everybody because I've done that my whole life.
Right.
Anything I put my mind to, I have been more successful than anybody else that has ever tried. Because everybody's failed. Everybody's thought I was gonna be a failure. So anyways, the last thought that made me think about this was, the only way to get my son back is to go after my dreams. Well, what's my dreams cost? What's my goal? I want 100,000. No, that's too little. I want 1 million. That's not enough. I want 1 billion. Now that way I can help others and not just myself. And then I can afford anything. It's not about the money. It's about the people that are broken like me. And that's when I made that final decision and said, I'm going after this. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna happen. And I'm sitting here. You know, my goal was this New Year's, Jeff. I hope I still have the memory when New Year's comes, because you know how you can look at your memories on Facebook. A lot of people remember that live on my New Year's. I said, it's Mr. Great Robin Hood year, and I'm gonna make it to the West Coast. I was here for my birthday. It took me 9 months.
Yep, you were.
9 months to make it to the West Coast. And that was a proud moment when I got here. So, but yeah.
You have accomplished a lot in 1 year. You have started to gain direction, and you've worked very hard at what you've done, and you've faced a lot of your own things that have held you back.
A lot.
But you're still running.
Yeah, I am. I am. I'm not gonna lie. I run a lot.
Yeah.
I run a lot. I mean, it's because it's natural to me to run. It's natural to run away from my own petty shit. But since I've been here, I have had nowhere else to run to, except you guys. And what's so funny is I love you guys so much. You don't yell at me. You don't tell me what to do.
Oh yes, I do.
I mean, you do, but you show me, right? You're not gonna make me do it if I don't want to do it.
No.
You're gonna tell me, hey, this is the way to do it. But you can keep doing what you want to do, fine.
Absolutely, Star. Thank you.
But when I'm tired of drowning, you're gonna be like, all right, come swim to the shallow side and I'll help you. I'm not gonna help you on the deep end. You gotta swim over there because you put your ass over there. And it's funny because I've been here, 2 months? I wish I would have got started like this 2 months ago, but I was going through some shit when I got here. Emotionally, I was.
No, you weren't. You were creating your own shit.
Yeah, that too. That too. And, but I've done a lot of progress. I'm still working on a lot of things. I still have not reached where I need to reach. There's a lot of work to be worked on. And it's an everyday struggle, but I'm learning every day, and I hope that the learning doesn't stop. And I don't think it will, because I'm willing to show up. I'm willing to listen as much as I'm hard-headed. I'm willing to listen. I just want to let everybody know, listen, if you're willing to show up and you're willing to listen to people that want to help you instead of use you, you better listen, because they're there for a reason. And there's a reason why God put me in Jeff and his wife's house in the West Coast, because he saw something through me.
And took your ability to run away too.
Oh my God! I tried to run away, and it did. You can't run. You can't run from God.
Yeah, you like he literally took your money to run and held it.
Yeah, he did.
He because of his disability, he gets SSI. He was going to use that to bounce like 3 weeks, month in, and all of a sudden, his SSI screws up.
Yeah.
He goes down, tells them they said 3 to 5 business days. Cool. 3 to 5 business days later, goes in. They go, oh, we screwed up again, and again,
and again,
and again, and again.
It took 3 weeks to finally get that payment, but I learned a lot.
3 weeks? Oh no, it was longer than that.
Oh yeah, it was longer. It was funny because, but you know what's crazy? I'm glad it cut off when I got here, because if I was anywhere else, I would have been screwed. I would have gave up, I think.
Possibly,
but God knew where I needed to be at a certain time, and I'm gonna tell y'all, listen, you may be distracted on your phone, you may be distracted by money or your house or anything. He will literally take everything from your life if you don't listen. I've done it 3 or 4 times already to me. Thank you for the hand heart. I'm telling you, he will take everything. He'll take everything. He'll make you be still if you don't want to, because he's done it over and over again. And I'm so glad he does that, because I'm hard-headed.
That's why I finally started believing in God. Was I got tired of the pain.
Yes. I wasn't a man. I was always taught God. I was always taught faith. I was always representing, because I'm from the South. I'm from North Carolina. I'm originally from Georgia. Grew up in North Carolina. Raised in the Bible Belt. But like I say, and a lot of people are not gonna like this opinion, but when you're in the South, they kind of shove it down your throat. Okay, and
it's more strict. It's more aggressive.
Yes, it's more aggressive. And I'm kind of glad it did it, because it was introduced in my life over and over and over and over again. But you want me to be honest? I didn't start believing in God until I got in recovery. And recovery not just taught me how to get off drugs, it literally taught me how to recovery from my life. And people think, oh, NA and AA is about being an addict and getting off alcohol and drugs. No, they're literally teaching you how to live in society as a normal person. They're not just teaching you how to get off drugs and alcohol. They're really teaching you how to live a life that you're not used to.
Yeah.
And I learned from the principles, I learned from the rules, and I applied that to my life. And not just them principles and rules, I'm learning other things that I learned from y'all that I can apply in my life too.
It's really been a blessing having you here, and it's given me some clarity too. We believe in you, Billy. We really do. And we need more of you. The world needs more of you. And that's why I'm going to address this now, that we have been on this live for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes.
An hour.
Oh, we've been an hour. Wow.
Yeah.
So if you guys are still watching this, that means you're one of them. And what do I mean by one of them? Everybody in this live has seen the way the world has turned. And it's not fucking good. The world has become a place of disinformation and ignorance. We have been deceived. We have been twisted in so many different ways by people that don't care. And that people have lost hope because of it. To me, that's unfucking acceptable. Everything you see is my first steps to do my part to change it. But I can't do it alone. I need a fucking army.
Let's do it.
But it's going to take people who know what it means to struggle. It's going to take people who know what it's like to run up against impossible to the point that it becomes normal. Because when you know what it's like to operate in chaos, that gives you strength. That gives you the ability to overcome. And we're going to need all of it we can get.
Let's throw the fuck up, y'all.
So we're not only going to be doing these lives more and a bunch of other stuff. I want to actually start bringing people out to train. I want to teach people how to have maximum impact on social medias. I want to make sure that your voice is heard from the fucking from space. We're live on 20 platforms.
Right now.
I'm about to go set the Guinness World Record for being live in the most places simultaneously than anybody in history. And I want to give you a voice. I want to give you the opportunity to be heard because the world needs to hear your story. They need to hear and understand what it means to struggle and still come out standing tall. The world needs your strength. And it's a strength you don't even know you have. But I do. Because I've struggled.
I love y'all.
This will change.
Thank you. I love y'all.
This has got to freaking stop. And it's up to us. We can't wait for a magic bullet or the magic person to come along. We have to do it. So stay tuned. We got some amazing things on the way.
Y'all have no idea, do they?
Not a clue.
I don't either.
No, you don't.
Because every time we think I'm going live, you have something up your sleeve. I love it.
Oh, no. I have a lot up my sleeve.
I know you do.
When you live the life I do, what you say and where you're at are never in the same realm.
Yeah.
But this world's going to change.
It's got to change.
Otherwise, this world will fail. And I'll be damned if I'm going to see that happen.
Yeah, listen, y'all. Listen to me. If you got a vision, you got a dream, and nobody believes you,
Fucking good.
you better go. You better go and drop everything you got and go after it. My family my family, like, they forgotten on me. I had a little niece, y'all. A little niece, all right, that lost a father. My son lost a father because my own consequences. Every bad or good choice you make in this world has consequences. And no matter if you get your life together, you still got to deal with that past shit. You still got to show up. So no matter what you did, bad or good back in the day, and I don't care if you say, oh, I got 2 years, blah, blah, blah. No, you still got to deal with that shit you did 10 years ago. It's going to come back. But it's the way you show up. It's the way you become responsible of your own actions today. It's the way you show others that you are more mature than you've ever been in your life, because it's time to go.
Now let me show you something. Something I told you about.
What's up?
Hey guys, I need something. I need you guys to speak up on something. On all the platforms. If after surviving 2020, you decided to make a change that actually affected the world, just type me in one of the chats.
Hashtag me.
Hashtag me. I want to show him that we're not actually alone. There's a fucking army out there. Here they come.
There they go. Trouble lives matter, baby.
2020 did something. Last year on Clubhouse, I sat in rooms with 1,000 people and asked the same question and watched hundreds of hands get raised. There were people that didn't believe in themselves, but they had enough. And they realized that you can complain about a problem or you can do something about it. So why don't we put this together and actually make a difference? It's not unreasonable to change the course of human history. And any of y'all feel like we're in a safe space to not change it? I know I'm not.
I think the more chaos, the more you feel survivor mode, the more you can take a change. Look at that.
Well, they're all coming
Thank y'all, everybody. Let's make a change.
Yep, and that one too.
Facebook, TikTok, all over the place, everybody.
Yeah.
This is insane right now. We literally have, what, 31 people over here. We have almost 30 people over there.
Oh, you can't count that counter. That thing.
I know,
like,
it's insane right now. It's insane. You know what we're doing? We're leaving a legacy for others. This
Yeah.
is what living as a legend is all about.
That's the reason I tattooed it.
Oh, I thought you were about to give me ammo. Oh, you got legend there? I never noticed that. I want a tattoo like that now. Hey, if you're a celebrity, listen, and whoever you're looking up to, I want to remind everybody something. All the greatest: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Martin
Future
Luther
State Western,
King,
but love it.
Einstein. Who was the one that created the light bulb? What was his name?
Thomas Edison. Well,
Thomas
that's,
Edison.
that's
Okay.
debatable, but we won't get into
Yeah,
that.
we won't go there. But listen, they all had a vision to be the greatest of all time, the GOAT. Tiger Woods. You know what I mean?
Like I said, they had to be crazy enough to believe it was possible,
And they
and
had
too
doubters.
stupid to know when to quit.
And they had doubters. And what happened? Tom Brady. He was what, the 78th pick on the draft, and he became one of the best quarterbacks to ever live. They
And
thought, you know,
Let me ask you guys a question.
Babe Ruth.
How many guys have ADD or ADHD? Oh yeah, I'm like that.
I'm right there.
Did you know there's not a billionaire on the planet that isn't more ADD than anybody I've ever met? It's actually a superpower. How many of you guys are stubborn? Hashtag I am if you're a stubborn personality.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think we might actually crack social media with that one.
Wow, this is insane. Look,
Those are all it takes. It takes the ability to be stubborn with choice. To have control of when you want to be stubborn, what you want to be stubborn with, and make sure that you always use it with intention.
Virgo to the max.
Look at hashtag. Look at Jesus.
Hashtag
Yeah.
everywhere.
Hey, how did I know that the stubborn people would be here this far into the live?
Because they want to change.
Because these are the people.
Exactly. This is our people. Hey, we're the same. Hey, just because we're sitting on the other side of the screen doesn't mean that we're going through this. We're going through the same shit y'all are going through. We're
And we've been through it over
We have
and
already
over
been.
again.
We're just not scared to show up no more.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm scared. I get scared a lot, but I'm willing to show up. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to keep going.
Well, like I told you, and I'll tell you guys this fact too. The human body doesn't know the difference between fear and excitement.
You told me that a couple days ago. And your wife did too. They said, did y'all know fear and excitement is the same feeling?
No, the same chemical reaction in your body. The only reason that fear and excitement have a differentiation is because you chose it. But the cool thing is you can re-choose it. You can actually, when you're afraid, repeat over and over, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. And in a very short period of time, that exact same situation will be exciting. You no longer ever have to be afraid. You can just be excited. How will that affect your life?
It will affect your life a lot.
And I don't know about you, but I would much rather be excited than afraid.
Yes, y'all have literally gave me PTSD. So let me give y'all a funny story since we've been serious a little bit. They found out that I was scared of
Oh,
spiders.
no. Let's go to the beginning of the story.
Oh my God. So he has a friend of his named Jeremiah. And he told me before we picked him up, he said, listen, this man likes to joke. He likes to take things way further than anybody else.
No, first I said he likes to tell stories, and he'll loop you into a story, and 5 minutes into the story, I'll be like, I'm just kidding.
He told me not to mess with this man.
Yeah.
I thought I knew better.
Yeah, no.
No.
No, you don't. You know.
He took me to a different domain of fear.
This guy right here, I tell him this, and as soon as my friend jumps in the truck, he starts trying to pick on him and do what I said he does to him. And Maya has the best sense of humor of anyone, but he'll also win every time.
Yes, he's insane.
I scrambled to try to stop him, and he wouldn't listen. How'd that work out for you?
It really sucked ass. So apparently they found out I was scared of spiders.
Yeah.
We have videos on TikTok about it, but what the thing is now, I'm not scared of them no more. I kind of think.
It's definitely getting way less because
I'm to the point where I want to hold one.
Beautiful.
I'm not gonna put it in my mouth like
Oh,
tarantula.
no, like
but
that's kind of gross.
yeah, it is. But I'm willing to let one.
And just to see like a small one, just to
a
make
small
sure.
one.
Yeah.
Because when Tarantula, their friend is named Tarantula, he literally was outside chasing a spider because he loves spiders. He was chasing it, and literally the spider's more scared of us than we are scared of them. It's just a fear of something or someone putting in my mind.
And if you tell yourself the first time you put it in your hand, now that you're willing to try it, that you're excited, if you do it like a day up to it,
You're gonna make
you will no longer be afraid of spiders.
By the way, they're gonna make sure this happens too. So be careful what you open your mouth.
I do these things with him because I'm good at seeing from the outside. It's one of the things that God did bless me with, and he's one of the rare individuals who actually will take things to heart and understand it. That's a rare quality to find. And, he's stubborn like the rest of us. I mean, look at all the hashtag I ams.
Yes.
But he wants to grow, and he's willing to actually do something about it.
I'm willing to be better than anybody else has ever been in my life. Because they all quit.
Somebody just said, "Here's Spidey," or "Here's Spidey."
Oh, Star came, my #1 mod. I love you, Star.
But
She's been, let me tell you this, she's been here since the beginning of this journey. And before you get started real quick, I just want to shout out to everybody. I want to shout out to everybody on Facebook, to everybody on TikTok, to everybody on Instagram,
That's awesome,
Snapchat. I think it, and I'm not trying to boast or brag about this, okay? A lot of these creators that are going live now, I help them build their confidence up. You know why? Because nobody built my own confidence when I was younger, when I was trying for basketball and I tried for football. They always doubted me. But before I go through this, one thing that was stuck in my head, right? Even that I was born with cerebral palsy, even that I went through brokenness and emptiness and loneliness, and I got my ass whooped and blah blah blah, and I was caused PTSD. My uncles did do something to me. They treated me normal. They treated me normal, even though I had cerebral palsy. They still treated me.
oh, there we did crash.
Yeah, we did crash.
Hey, let's see. It's still
we're
alive.
back.
Yes.
Let's go.
The video card's crashing. All right. Well, whatever.
Whatever. I'm gonna keep going.
Keep going.
They treated me normal. And I mean, yes, they were taught a little rough in on the edges and they gave me all this stuff. But what happened was I began to act like I was normal and I built that confidence. And so I've taught so many creators that I can't go live. I'm scared of people. And I'm like, what are you scared of? What are you scared of? You're on a camera.
Somebody from another location somewhere else in the world is going to actually hurt you?
Yeah. And so I said, all right, literally, let's do this. You go live with me. I'll build you up. And a lot of these creators are diehard followers because they believe in me. Because I have allowed them to build a confidence in themselves. And I'm proud of every single one of them. I'm proud of them. But if I can change one follower at a time, I know I can change 1 million.
And that's why I push you. because I have the information for the next couple levels for you, and they deserve that version of you.
Oh, they do.
So I see everybody that falls behind you, and I see how much they believe in you, and I see that you can accomplish it.
I've been getting aggravated. I've been getting in my own way lately.
Like,
A lot.
Somebody asked me that they said, is Billy okay? He just kind of seems a little. I was like, oh, that's totally me.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's for me.
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. So here's the thing. Jeff and Carrie are beautiful people, okay? They're loving, but when somebody pushes you and pushes you and pushes you, okay, you're gonna get sick of them. You are. Point blank, anybody will. But I told them straight to their face, I said, as much as I love y'all, I'm not liking y'all right now because you're making me feel uncomfortable. But what happens when you feel uncomfortable?
That's what the growth is.
Yes. And I'm loving every single day of it.
I push you because when you got here, you told me you were doing this for your son and your niece and all those who look up to you.
Yes.
If I don't push you, I let them down.
And you're correct.
And I'm not willing to do that.
I'm not willing to do that anymore. So
when I push, for those of you guys, when I push Billy, I just push him. I give him information. I tell him a good approach for things. And I let him decide if he's going to try it or not. But if it doesn't, I just put him in a situation where he understands the hard way that it's important.
yes.
I don't nag. I don't push. As a matter of fact, I'm not chasing nobody down.
No, you're not.
To help them.
But if you
Ain't
don't,
never going to happen.
But if
I'm not going to force anybody to be a better them.
yes.
But if you want it, I can help. Griff, speaking of which, was saying he wishes that he could get up to 1,000 followers to go live.
Oh, I can help with that.
yeah,
I can make that happen very quickly.
Oh, I mean, if you guys want to know how to get 1,000 followers by tonight, go ahead and message the KI account.
Oh, yeah. Message me. Everybody pick up everybody right now in the chat. Everybody pick up everybody in the chat. I know you hear that a lot, but everybody pick up everybody so that you can go live. If you're afraid to go live, just message me or KI and we will make a time and a place.
Sounds good, Dorothy.
That you can go live with us in our boxes. I used to have so many people go in my box and they're like, I'm scared. I'm like, show your face. Do you know why I asked so many people to show their face, KI?
Because you used to hide yours.
Mm-hmm. It shows emotion. You can hide behind a screen, but if you're showing your face, no, I mean,
you're wrong.
No. What I'm talking about, when you go on TikTok and you don't show your video, and you only show the circle and you're only speaking.
Yeah.
And if you're hurting, I can't see you. You know, if you're not, you know, and that's why I asked everybody to show their face because it's an emotional.
You're
thing.
wrong.
I'm wrong.
It's only you.
What do you mean?
It's because you're so focused on the visual.
Uh huh.
The emotion has nothing to do with their face. It's all voice.
Through the voices?
Oh. Like I said, if you guys haven't been on Clubhouse, it is an all audio social media platform. There's no video, there's no post, there's
that's
nothing.
right. That's right.
It's like live podcasts in real time that you can actually join, interact in. Last year, but when it was invite only, it was the biggest business opportunity of my lifetime I've ever seen. The most successful people on the planet were over there. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. I've been in rooms with all of them. I've talked to the CEO of T-Mobile. I've made friends with people that I didn't even think was possible.
And I've met a couple of them people too.
But I did something else. I studied the why. Because in a world where these people are surrounded by I need people as far as the eye can see, on that platform they were giving. And they weren't just giving a little bit. I've seen rooms where $50,000 was raised and randomly given away to the entire room in 10 minutes. I watched a guy give $125,000 to the family of a COVID victim.
Amazing.
You don't see that anywhere else.
Mm-mm.
But here's the thing on an all audio platform. If you stop paying attention to your video and open your ears, you'll understand.
Got you.
As a matter of fact, I think he should turn his video off for a few days and probably put on a blindfold to understand. It's all the voice. On that platform, I literally ran tests and analytics on this. If somebody's being fake, 3 to 5 minutes on a cellular level, you'll know.
Oh.
Because that's a animalistic instinct that kept us alive.
Through
Being
audio.
able to tell when there's danger.
Through audio.
It's our form of communication all the way back.
It's because physical has always been a thing for me. That connection, physical.
Because others connect physically to you, you need to connect deeper than that.
Oh, see, I'm learning something tonight, y'all. See?
But on the other side of that, unlike Facebook, Instagram, and all the others, having an all audio platform is the first authentic social media that's ever existed. Because when somebody's hurting, when somebody is being truthful to the core, you can tell instantly. That's why these acts of giving happen. I called it breaking a room. If someone would come in and they would trauma dump something that is so heartfelt and their struggle, and the whole room just melts. Because they know. They know that it's real. Why do you think texts are mistaken all the time, but phone calls aren't?
Because you can hear the voice. Oh, yeah, because we forgot.
We get so wrapped up in this technology and everything. It's like, oh, I want to see your face. But you're never going to get the authentic person on video. Because they're more worried about their background or how their hair looks that they can't be them. But you take that away. Yeah, people admit it all the time. They're like, I'm running around my living room in my underwear. I don't care.
They get more sneered through their
Yes,
voice.
because they can just be them. They don't have to have that
Not
extra thought
judgment.
in their head
Judgment.
and the extra nerves because nobody can see.
That makes sense. I used to be a telemarketer. That was my first job. And
Mine too, actually.
oh wow. And I remember people would take me serious and they would know if I was trying to run it like it was
Thanks,
through
Griff.
it was through a fire department, right?
Yeah.
And I still remember I would be like, "Hey, this is such and such. I'm calling on behalf of blah blah blah." But that was my first job as a telemarketer. As much as I hated it because I had to make 300 calls a night.
Was it back when you actually had to dial it too?
Yes.
Yeah, I did that too. If you,
I finally got
that's
a
abuse.
headset. I finally got the headset connected to the phone, but
You still had to punch in the numbers manually.
Yeah.
No, that's abuse right there. Like,
yeah, but it was amazing because I was 16. That was my first job, and I guess that's
You
where
do
it all
get
was.
it.
That's all where it started. Audio. If you think about it, that's audio.
it's way before that. We'll get in that later though.
Oh yeah. But anyways,
We get so wrapped up in the world around us. I know everybody gets lost in their phones and everything like that. But if I can give you a couple pieces of advice that will really make a difference in your life. Number one, you need to know the fact that the first 10 minutes of your day program your day. Whatever you do in the first 10 minutes, any sensory input, your brain is still creating theta waves, which is what hypnosis is built on. So when you pick up your phone in the first 10 minutes of your day, you are programming your brain for distraction. It's you. Unknowingly causing it. Don't touch it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And go on YouTube and type in 10-minute focus meditation. It's just follow along. You will become more organized in 1 week. I hated meditating. My business coach told me to do that, and I won't.
Y'all tell me that all the time.
And I didn't. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. And then I had to admit he was right, which I hate.
It is. It's really good practice. Meditation gets to put you in a different mindset.
But meditating with the guidance of focus, oh yeah, it changes everything. Next piece of advice: stop, pause throughout your day. Now I'm gonna get a little personal because
Let's hear it.
I believe that's one of the things that made my grandfather the legend he was. My grandfather was an iron worker for 40 years, and he wanted to leave a legacy, so he decided he was going to buy property and raise a family with eyes on future generations. He figured he could buy enough property, teach himself how to farm, and that way when he left this world, they would have the farm, they would have the skills, and they would have the ability for generations to continue it. He ended up buying a 500-acre farm.
Wow.
Which is still in the family. And they wanted to expand the farming. Well, part of the property was along a river. And he'd cut down all his lumber. He's like, well, that's a waste to throw that away. What if we have it cut and build houses with the lumber we've already cut?
Genius.
He became a self-made millionaire in the 70s doing that.
Wow.
Back when $1 million was something.
Yeah. That $1 million ain't nothing today.
So he made his money. He had the family. He had the farm. What do you think he did with that money?
Invested it?
He opened a boys' ranch for troubled youth. He took in the worst kids and changed their lives. Now, this is before my time. But I can tell you, as a child, we would spend our summers over there. And I swear to God, every damn summer there was somebody showing up. I'm a kid. I don't understand. I don't understand what it means when an adult looks at me and goes, I can never tell you and get you to understand what your grandfather did for me. But I'm only here because of him. As an adult, I get it. Because I was one of those troubled kids. And it was my choice. But to see the lives he changed, it was amazing. And to know that those people have families that get to benefit from the teaching and good deeds he did.
That's a legend.
That's a ripple. And I've thought about what caused him, or what made him the way he was. Because you can ask Harry. You were in his presence for less than a minute. You knew there was something different. He was the hardest worker you could imagine. But he never didn't stop and marvel at a sunset. He's in Eastern Washington, it's full of deer. He never didn't stop and just stare at a deer in awe about how beautiful it was. He'd seen millions in his lifetime.
I do that all the time now. You told me that. You said, by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt you, KI, but it reminds me of being out here in Washington State. A lot of people would never get the chance to be out here. Okay, and I take a lot of pictures of the sunsets, the sunrises, the deers walking through the crosswalks. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Ever since I was a kid, I've always slowed down to see what's in front of me, because that's a blessing to have my eyes open. It's a blessing to hear this. It's a blessing to talk. We are richer than 98% of the population in this world, and we like to bitch and complain because we need something when we really don't.
Literally, if you have some form of roof over your head, no matter if it's a a freaking shack. You are actually in the top 98% of wealth in the world.
Yes. But these views out here, let me tell y'all. All right. I've been in Oklahoma. I've been to Wisconsin. I've been to Texas, New Jersey, Boston, Florida, Georgia, all over the place. But Washington State has the most gorgeous sunrises, sunsets. The leaves are the brightest colors. No picture. I'm telling you, I'll take a lot of pictures for you followers out there that see this. It's nothing. You can't compare what you see in real life compared to my pictures. It's beautiful, man.
So with the stop and smell the roses mentality,
I do it every day.
how about we stop putting you in those photos and just show the beauty?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It's easy to get wrapped up, especially when you're trying to focus on a social media achievement.
Yeah.
It's easy to get lost in it. It's really easy.
Oh, it is.
Maybe we need to just listen when somebody taps us on the shoulder and says, maybe it's time to pause. I have a goal in the next 3 weeks. And after that, I think Carrie deserves a good pause with some time, because she stuck by me when I've been lost in this world. And if y'all have no idea what lost in this world means, he just watched it as I was setting up tonight. It took me, an hour to unfuck everything?
Yes. An hour and a half and it's still like went hammered.
And it worked last night.
Thank
and
you,
nobody
everybody.
touched it.
Nobody touched it. Oh, by the
Welcome
way,
to my life.
I just want to say I appreciate all the shares on Facebook, all platforms, all the likes, all the gifts, everything y'all are doing. I appreciate the just showing up.
Arizona's awesome. Oh, you're having a great life.
So you're gonna take a break, a vacation?
I'm gonna take a pause.
He said I'm gonna take a pause.
No, because
I know.
I can go on vacation and be distracted,
Yeah, you can.
but I can take a pause and just marvel at my life.
I'm gonna take a pause starting Sunday for 3 weeks.
No, you aren't.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
yes.
No, I'm getting a refresher. And then
Now you're about to go learn a lesson.
I am. Not a bad.
He's like, I'm going on vacation, and I'm already calling it. Like,
I'm gonna be so aggravated by
5 days, 6 days, 6 days. He'll be like, this is kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks in, he'll be like, are you tired of being right yet? Like, are you just?
What he's trying to tell me is, listen. So I didn't really recognize this. That him and Carrie told me. He said, look, y'all gonna go out. You're gonna go out there, right? And you're gonna see how this world is not motivated. Okay. And I know a lot of y'all do show up, and you do motivate. And I'm not talking to you guys, but I'm talking about the ones like me that once made excuses and made things to stop us from achieving our dreams when really there was nothing else to stop us except ourselves. So when I go back out there and I find out how lazy people are, it's gonna aggravate the shit out of me, because I've already went after what I'm doing and I'm still going after what I'm doing. Literally, y'all, right before this live, I had 2 people call me just before this live making excuses on their and I'm like, tree. And if you don't know what a tree is, it's fine. It's a little.
Would you like me to explain it real quick?
Yeah. And I'm gonna finish this, and he's gonna explain to you what a tree is. And I looked at him. I said tree, and he started laughing. He goes, "Yeah, of course." So
why are you arguing with the tree?
why am I arguing with a tree? Because I don't need to. I need to walk around the tree. So if you want to know what a tree is, K.I. is about to explain to you what a tree is.
So I got this piece of information from a fiction novel, but it really did change my life. In the book, one guy is upset with the way society is, and his mentor is like, why are you mad though? He goes, because what they're doing isn't right. He goes, yeah, I get that, but why are you mad? People do what they do because they are who they are. If you're walking through a forest and a tree is growing in your path, are you going to get mad at the tree? It's a tree. It's doing what a tree does. If it's in your way, you go around it. And if you can't go around it, you go through it. But expecting another person to be moral is like trying to ignite ice with a match. This is one of the most impactful lessons I've ever learned. And it can, when harnessed right, it can mean nobody can ever hurt you again. Because I guarantee everyone that's hurt you, you're placing your hopes of who they could be or what you deserve onto who they are. They're a freaking tree.
Yeah, they are.
People do what they do because they are who they are.
I had to learn that the hard way while I was here, y'all.
And there's some messed up things that people do. But
They're a tree.
it's a tree.
As much as you want to say that, they're a tree, man, and they're going to set their ways, and there's nothing you could do or say to change their minds because they only see one way.
And everyone's entitled to their own perspective.
Exactly.
You may not agree with it, and it may actually be wrong. But it's your choice to decide if you allow it to affect you or not. Once you can just look at a person and go, when you feel that anger rise because what they're doing isn't good or isn't right in your opinion, and just go, wait a minute, they're a tree. Instantly, all your emotion will go away. Because you stop expecting people to be anything other than they are. Are you going to get mad at a car because it's not a bicycle?
No.
Are you going to get mad at a cell phone because it's not a PC?
No.
That would be really stupid, huh?
Yes,
and
it
yet
would.
we do it every day.
Every day.
But we don't have to. I do want to pause real quick. I've been watching Demochi in the live, brother.
Bro, he's killing it over here.
Yeah,
75,000. But he just hit for 5,000.
Yeah, number 2 is only at 16,000.
He's
But
killing it over here.
I hope you're feeling better, brother. Demochi's
Yeah, I do
been in
too.
the hospital.
My prayers are going out to you, brother. I don't know who you are, but I've heard good things about you.
Demochi's amazing.
He is.
Demochi has stage 4 cancer.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that.
He's had it for quite a long time, like 5 times longer than they told him he would live.
And he still believes in himself.
And he hasn't quit.
And that's a warrior.
And he shows up in here only to bring hope to others. And no matter how much pain and everything. Did you know that now they'll cut off your SSI benefits if you're terminal?
I did not know that.
They cut them off.
If you're sick,
Yeah, like if you're gonna die, like if you're like, all right, you have a terminal diagnosis, they now stop your SSI at that point.
how could you do that, America?
Oh, I'm not happy about that.
Oh, that makes me mad. That's another
And
reason.
he's a vet.
Wow.
That fucking pisses me off.
That would piss me off too. And that's another reason why I went after my dreams because, I mean, I know there's some people that live on SSI and, you know, and they have health problems and a disability, but I wanted to not put my back against someone and depend on a check for the rest of my life.
And I appreciate that. He deserves one.
Oh yeah, he does deserve one. Yes.
And-
I'm just saying, like for me, because I didn't tell you about my situation before I got here.
No. Hey, by the way, yeah. So this asshole doesn't tell me he has cerebral palsy. He jumps out of the truck and he's like walking like with a limp, and I'm like, "What? Your ass fall asleep or something?" "Oh no, I have cerebral palsy." Thanks
Like
a lot,
it's-
asshole.
Like it's nothing. It's never been. And the thing is, never hold me back. You know.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But at least be like,
I mean, what?
because
Am
now I feel like a dick.
but
But
you're
I really
not.
don't, because I told him, "Fuck you for not telling me."
But the thing is, and that's why I didn't want to tell my fathers at first because I didn't want to use my disability as a crutch.
Don't use it as a crutch. Use it as a badge of honor that you're doing it in spite of.
I know, and that's what you told me when I got here because he's like, "Why are you not telling people?" And I'm like, "They don't need to know right now."
Demochi.
I wanted to let them know my voice and my face first, and now they know. And you know what? And I'm still, I'm scared. I'm still scared of the fact that I got cerebral palsy. I'll be honest. Remember that video that I did?
Mm-hmm.
You know why I won't look at it? Because I don't want to see myself walk.
Well, then you need to stop running from what you're afraid of it's a video. It ain't gonna hurt you.
I know it ain't. I
Then
know.
why are you telling others to turn their video if you're running it yourself?
Exactly. And that's calling my own shit. Calling the kettle black on my own.
I am damn determined that if he's giving advice to everybody in these lives, he will live it.
Oh, I am. Every day. I hate it.
I will make him pay for it. I promise you. And I listen to these lives more than he knows.
So, by the way, I just want to remind everybody, on the days that I did want to, I've been here 2 months, right? And there's been days in and days out that I did not show up at work. Because every day I go to work with them. They're tattoo artists, by the way. That's amazing. But I go to the tattoo artist and I'm supposed to be making videos, or I'm supposed to be sitting with Jeff and learning about shit, right? And sometimes I don't do that.
How many days have you actually sat?
Probably 4 or 5
Nah,
times.
no.
Maybe twice.
And out of the entire day, how long were those twice?
Maybe an hour.
No.
No, all together.
Nope.
You don't think so?
No, it was about 10 minutes.
I mean, here and there, yeah.
I've been bugging him for 2 months. I'm like, you
But-
want to learn this stuff? I have all the information.
But when I don't show up and I come home to this house, I pay for it. I really do pay for it.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I know. But I love them challenges. I'm not gonna lie. When I don't want to be pushed and you come home and you're like, all right, let's get on camera. Like, I don't want to do this. What's your saying again?
You ain't got to like it. You just got to do it.
Just got to do it. Amen to that.
That's another universal fact that I wish everybody in the world would understand. You don't want to do it. That's why you haven't achieved whatever goals and dreams that you have. Mm-hmm. You want them, but you know there's a path to get there, and you don't want it because it sucks.
It does suck.
You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to do things. You're going to lose sleep, and it's going to be painful. But the legends and the people that succeed are the ones who do it anyways. We've gotten so used to doing what we want with moments of what we have to that we forget that that's not life. It's doing what you have to. So when you have the moments to do what you want, they have more value. It's just like if you eat chocolate all day, every day.
What's gonna happen?
Is it gonna be exciting to get a piece of chocolate? Is it gonna be delicious?
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be delicious.
No,
but
it is not.
do
You'd
you
be
mean?
like, Jesus Christ, chocolate again?
Oh yeah, like your pizza.
Yeah.
You,
Same thing happens when you do what you want all the time.
you get
It isn't special.
no, it's not. I don't care how many times you change it. It still tastes like a pizza.
But when you only have it on a rare occasion,
It tastes good.
yeah.
This man loves pizza, by the way. I just
Oh,
brought that up.
you weren't here for the pizza escapades of 2017.
I think we have ordered. I've been here 2 months.
No,
We-
it was 4 days a week at the shop. We ordered pizza.
You are a Ninja Turtle.
A little bit, yeah.
I said a little bit. I
A
swear.
ninja. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. We have literally ate pizza probably 20 times in 2 months, and I'm sick of it. I ain't gonna lie. I love it.
We've maybe had it 15.
Whatever. But I'm like, we're ordering pizza
Hey,
tonight.
hey.
I'm like,
And now let me clarify. We may have had pizza 15 times, but we've probably had it from 10 different spots. Okay,
yes, yes,
like,
yes.
it's not the same pizza. Like I do
It's-
gourmet style. Weird, yeah.
But the pizza has got delicious every time we've ordered at different places.
That's because I keep going to different places so it doesn't get old. Because we did that with Pizza Hut before, and it kind of got old after 2 years of 4 days a week eating pizza from Pizza Hut.
I mean, I was a manager at Little Caesars, and every day I would go in and eat pizza, and I got to the point I didn't want to eat it no more.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Oh God, it's so mad. And
So
now I
what
look
if-
at it.
What if you do that with doing what you have to, so
See.
it becomes the norm, and then you can enjoy the moments you get to do what you want.
Optimizing.
Hey.
Optimizing your time.
That way, you're not scared anymore to do what you have to, and you appreciate the moments you get to do what you want. Doesn't that sound like more like living than what you're doing? Just saying.
God, that Dimension's got 84,000. Killing me.
By the way, if you guys are new to the KI Live over there, this is our ranking system that Demochi is dominating at the moment.
Dominating, man. I've seen him hit 5,000 probably twice in the last 2 hours. Maybe, I don't know.
All right, so the way that live works is we have a ranking system based on audience participation. Every like has points. Every comment, every share, every minute spent in the live is worth points. Because I believe if you're investing time in our social medias, you should be recognized. And we're just finishing the last touches on it.
And by the way, if you share, you get more points too. So don't forget to share on
Yep.
that live. Because all I see is spin. Yeah.
If you guys are on any of those social medias and don't know, there's a battle ranking system on TikTok where people do bring in a lot of money.
Oh yeah, a lot. I made over $12,000 this summer on battles, but I gave it all away.
We watched the guy the other night make $35,000 in
No,
5
no, no.
minutes.
It was 70 grand in 5 minutes.
No, he took home 35.
Oh
out of
yeah, that's
70,
right, because it was half of it.
Yeah, so he took home $35,000 in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, y'all. And you're asking why people just drop money? I don't know why.
Look, just don't ask
They
the
just-
why. It's
They
happening.
just do it, man. Millions of people drop, and I didn't believe it, and then I got hooked too, and I started dropping, and it's fun.
Once you get hooked into a live and you look at your bank account, you're $500 later, you'll understand.
Exactly.
But with this ranking, I want to make sure that people who show up for us, we show up for them. And so the ranking system will be throughout the week, I will run lives every day. But at the end of the weeks, I'm going to jump into the ranks. And every single dollar earned in the ranks, I'm going to give to the top 5 people in the live. Because you show up for me, I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to give up my time for you guys. I'm going to give up money I could make and give it away to those supporting us. Because it's not about me. It's not about us. It's about everybody on here.
Yes.
Creators are only big because of the people who follow them. So how about we start recognizing and prove it? Every dollar brought in, there's a coin counter on the screen. It can prove and verify every single dollar will go out. No lies, no hides.
They're having a blast over there, man.
Yeah. And also, if you're in the live, I see everyone has figured out the iSpin feature.
Yes, that thing's going on. That thing's going on bananas right now.
You can actually spend 500 of your points for a shot at the wheel, which you can win up to 10,000 points on the wheel. Or you can lose money, lose points.
Yeah.
But Demochi apparently has figured out the hack. I got a freaking...
But if you give too, you get points.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you gift... basically, if you're interacting on the live,
he's been given 667 points. Look at him.
I'm making sure that you're recognized in some form, no matter what it is. Even just sitting as a ghost, you will still get recognized.
This is awesome. Thank you, Kara, for doing this for the people.
Well, I figure the ranks have become so toxic.
A little bit, yeah. A lot.
So when I'm running ranks that week, I'm not even running ranks.
We have to change it.
Literally, everybody who is in the top 10 has a shot at earning money that day.
Yeah, because
And they can call all their people and everybody can come do their thing. I'm just going to be the guy sitting in the corner.
because this should be for the small creators that don't have enough money, that want to be part of the game, that
Team
wants,
Unity.
you know. And Team Unity's here, and that's what I love about Team Unity, man. They have literally brought a team together. Even the small people, the big people, the middle people, the people that don't matter, they have created this family, and I'm part of it too. And I've created a team of Robin Hood, and you know, and that's what it all takes.
I saw Money, and I know he's the top guy. And I know that a lot of people follow him for whatever reasons.
Thank you so much for that video. Thank you for the comments.
But I'm going to tell you what it is that drew me in. He has the same fight instinct that I do. And the guts to stand up and say it's not right for people who may not have the money to drop or may not have means like others to be ignored. Everyone only has so many hours in their lifetime. If you're giving that up to support somebody, that is your most valuable asset, way more than money will ever be. No matter how much money you make, you cannot add a single minute to your life.
No.
And yet when people give up that resource, they're ignored. But if you hand over money, then they get all the praise in the world.
You know,
I say, fuck that.
Hey, Tina. You know, he's over there fighting, what you say, third cancer or third degree or fourth, whatever it is.
Terminal
cancer. And he's having a blast right now. You made it his day.
He might still be in the hospital, actually.
I know, but he's still...
Yeah.
You're making his day right now. And I bet he's smiling and laughing at us.
Oh, he's definitely laughing at us. He's like, I figured it out.
Yeah, look at him. He's almost at 100,000 point. Go ahead, bro. Do your damn thing.
Even though the fact that he's probably still in the hospital, he still shows up.
Yes, that's what I love about him. And I didn't even know it until the other day you told me.
You know, those are the people I'm looking for. How many of you would have cancer and literally everything else going wrong? I won't even get into all of it. And would still show up regularly. I bet that's a real slim number if we're being honest. How many people have to worry about what legacy they're going to leave in the very short period of time that they have, that they know they have?
We don't know how much time we got.
And still show up every day.
We don't know how much time we got, K.I.
You know, I've always looked at cancer as differently than most. Yes, it's a terrible way to go. It is. But in some ways, it's a gift. Because if you've ever been to a funeral of a sudden death, that has a different sting. Because you didn't get to say goodbye. You didn't get to tell that person everything you wish you could have. But no matter how fast the cancer is, that opportunity exists. And even though at times it doesn't feel like it, it does help. I've been to way too many funerals. And honestly, at this point, I am beyond disgusted with how many people I care about I have to watch disappear to the sands of time because they wouldn't fucking try.
I know a few of them. We all do, right?
I'm sorry, Star.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Star.
We had a couple weeks ago, we lost 2 in 1 week. 2 in 2 days.
Yes, y'all did.
I don't know about you, but I want to actually matter in this world.
I do too.
I want to actually lay on my deathbed and feel like, you know what? I did do something. I want what my grandpa had. I want the kids to show up 20 years later and tell my grandkids how I changed their life. How they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me.
That's something to feel good about.
Because then I know that that ripple affected their life.
And they'll keep on going.
It's actually how you change the world. When you focus on beyond our lifetime, that's when you can see.
And that's what I want to be. There hasn't been no ripples in my family. It's just been a dying, cursed generation of negative people taught by generations of failures, of not making your dream come true. I want to be that one person in my family that said, they go to my funeral, like you said, and say, instead of saying, man, he gave up. He could have had potential.
They'll never say that at your funeral, trust me.
No, but I'm just saying
They say that in the parking lot.
Yeah, they say it in the parking lot behind closed doors. But I don't want to be that person no more. I want people to show up in my funeral and say, he was a hell of a man. You know what scared me one time when I heard this saying? Life's like an hourglass. When you flip that thing over, all right, your future's already falling apart. Your future's already down there, right? The middle is your present, and the future's the top. The bottom is your past.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't know how much time is on top of that hourglass. We think we are living until 70, 80, but really, we don't know that. I could die tomorrow. I hope not, but I'm just saying we could. But I want to do everything I was supposed to do today to show up for others so that if I did die tomorrow, at least I left a little part of me behind.
And every day you have that ability.
I know. It's time to stop bullshitting and time to get to work.
And I don't care what they say at my funeral. What I care about is what they say to themselves when they're alone at home. I don't care about the public praise. I don't. But I care actually making a difference.
He had 101,000. Wow.
Okay, if you guys can't see the ranks, Demochi has 102,000 points, which I reset right before this live.
Wow.
And number 2 on the list only has 19. So 102,000 to 19,000.
What are you
yeah,
doing?
he's definitely figured it out. And I know your game too, Demochi, so... like,
I figured it out too, and then you changed the rules, and then...
he still knows the loophole, which I will correct and make it... You know, I can actually ding your account emoji. No, like I can actually like put a restrictor plate on that.
Oh my god, that's funny. He's like, why are you doing that? No,
because he's cheating. No.
But he's saying he's killing it.
You know what though?
It's the fun.
I would never do that to Demochi because if he's gonna show up and work hard enough to figure that out,
he's willing to show up.
He deserves his piece of that pie.
Oh yes,
so.
Yes. You know, there's not a lot of pieces of pie out there.
Oh, there's all the pie in the world.
Yeah, but what did we hear the other day? There's only a little pie, right? And everybody wants a piece of that pie.
But it's only the ones who stand up and say, I want a piece of that pie, they're going to get it.
Exactly.
And it's cute to say it, but do your actions back it?
Do you want it bad enough?
Like I told him, like, his next step is he has to outwork me.
I can do that.
Really?
I can if I put my mind to it. I can outwork.
Prove it.
Challenge is accepted.
If you guys didn't know, I worked 320 hours a week every week last year.
No, year, right? Was it
the whole year?
Yeah, 320 hours a year.
19 hours a day, every day last year. And I will tell you something. It is pretty creepy what you can accomplish when you go that all in.
I went all in this year, and
you went 30% in,
I went 30%
which
in.
is 28% more than most.
Yes, but what I accomplished through that 30% is 60,000 followers on TikTok, 20,000 followers on Facebook, almost 80,000 on Snapchat. You know, I built this platform that most people said it was impossible because I was nobody.
You want to know what the really sad part is?
What?
You're going to kick yourself? You would have been well over 100,000 on TikTok if you wouldn't have fought me.
Oh, I know. I know because the last 2 weeks I've gained more followers.
And you're only listening to 5% at this point.
Yeah, I know. I'm moving out of my way. Well, moving in God's way. That's the hardest part right there.
Not really. Like, you say it's hard.
It's not.
But to do it, all you got to do is stop. Stop fighting.
Yeah, and we love to fight.
And we love to fight. Have you ever beat God?
No, I just learned the other day. I like to put him in check. I like to put God in check. Well, you know what he likes to do to me? He likes to put me in checkmate and knock me down.
For me personally, I am the most stubborn person in the room. It's a fact. And that's how I gained all the knowledge I had, is because I did it the hard way every single time to prove it could be done. And then I was like, you know what? It'd just been so much easier if I just done it the right way. But people ask me, like, where did you gain this experience and knowledge and skills? Because I am the most stubborn person, and I will do it the hard way to prove a point it can be done. And I will actually get it done. But next time around, I ain't doing that way. I'm doing it the right way. Like, my truck has every tool for every conceivable situation
God, don't even
because
start
I
there.
was in those situations and said, I'm not doing that again. And I learned.
You know, you're teaching me through this. I've learned finally.
What?
So, as much as it aggravates me every morning, get your book bag, get your stuff, your tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
I asked Carrie the other day. I said, "Why the hell do we bring this shit every day?" You know what she said? Because you lost that one opportunity one time. You're never gonna do it again. And I said, "Oh, that makes sense now." Because you had an opportunity, but you left it at the house, and it slipped away, and you said that's never gonna happen again.
That's how all this stuff happens.
But that's why you keep showing
All this
me.
became because that computer crash. I got an opportunity to present to some very successful people. The first time I went to present, I was trying to have a private conversation. I wasn't able to get that, so they said jump on and speak to the team. I was like, cool. I jump on. The first thing they say is being streamed to 16 social medias. So I threw the pitch. I basically overcomplicated it to the point that it was like gibberish. But I did it with intention, and I was paying attention at the key points to see how they'd react, and I saw them perk up. So I ended up getting a second shot. I'm like, you know what? If I'm so worried about this getting stolen, nothing ventured, nothing gained. How many opportunities am I going to get? I'm like, all right, we're jumping on, and this time I'm going all out. I'm going to actually demo what I can do. I had it all set up.
Just like
And
now,
by the way, first time I got 10-minute warning to jump on. The second time I got 5. The third time I got 0. I jump on, everything's set up. Cool. I jump in the live, and adding that live crashed everything. So I'm trying to literally pitch to successful people on a live while unfucking everything that's going on simultaneously. And it was actually hilarious because all the people who were there giving criticism, they're like, wow, we can tell you've really been practicing this. And I'm like, mother.
By the way,
Yeah.
it did crash while we were up here, and
A
because
little
he set
bit,
this
yeah.
up, he said, but are we still live?
Yeah, we're still good.
Wow.
It just had a hiccup.
You just had a hiccup, just like life.
So apparently when you take, like 1,200 pieces of technology that are independent of each other and combine them all together, things can go wrong. Who knew? But here's the deal. All this craziness that I'm doing it for one reason. You deserve a voice, not based on algorithms. You deserve the ability to curate audiences everywhere simultaneously because your time is valuable. And there's nothing I like more than big fuck you to Facebook, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yes. And to
So,
everybody.
What I'm developing is a system that will be very simple.
But complicated.
No, it will be simple.
But to some minds,
It will be simple.
it will be simple.
But what if you could go live everywhere without restrictions? No social media could keep you out because you don't need any API integrations.
Now we're going
It won't bog down your internet. Because every time you add a live, normally it multiplies your bandwidth. And so you just go live and everywhere can hear you. If I want, I can send this live to TV.
That's where you want to go, right?
I can go there anytime I want.
No, I'm saying, what's your goal with this?
Remember those underdogs that the world needs?
Yeah,
I want to make sure they're fucking heard.
through all this.
I want to make sure they have the skills and equipment they need so that those that need to be reached can be reached. Remember how I asked about the 2020 and who decided to make a difference in the world?
Yeah.
It's because we sit and think that there's no hope out there. That there aren't good people out there really doing good things. I mean, yeah, you may find one and you think that they're a rarity. They're special because there's nobody else out there doing it.
Yeah.
You're wrong. There are so many out there that you've never heard of. And I'm telling you, I'm driven, but I was blown away by some of the people I met last year. My personal favorite is this guy, Calvin Mann. Calvin, if you happen to be watching, I love you, brother. Calvin has an outreach program for young boys without fathers in Chicago, or Detroit. When I met him, he came onto Clubhouse and he was talking about it, and he was saying how he sells clothing to fund this nonprofit. And he's talking about hustling him out of the trunk of his car, even. So I was under the assumption he had just started. I went over his Instagram, and I was looking at his designs, and I was like, hey, what would you think about updating your logo? You know, it seemed a little dated. I bet you can make it more stylish, and you would have an easier time selling clothing, because selling clothing that people want to wear because it looks cool is way easier than selling clothing any other way.
Yeah.
He goes, man, God, I would love to. I got nobody. So then give me 10 minutes. I redo his logo. I sent it to him. He started crying.
Why you start crying?
He goes, all these years, no one's ever helped.
Wow.
I was like, years? I went back to his Instagram. And I started scrolling. And scrolling. And scrolling. 14 years. 14 years, this man has run up against every conceivable brick wall. He has been spat on in every conceivable way by society. And he's never quit.
And he's still not quitting.
As a matter of fact, in 20 years, he has directly worked with over 20,000 kids. 20,000 young boys without fathers. His program teaches them respect. How to do things like say sir and ma'am to everybody because they deserve that, as you do. Teach them how to open doors and have value in yourself by showing value to others. We all know about the suicide rate of kids these days.
It's the worst it's ever been.
How many of the 20,000 do you think committed suicide since?
None.
0.
Because he believed in him.
He changed their lives.
20,000 kids.
20,000 kids with a perfect record. Show me any program that does that.
Undefeated.
And yet, you haven't heard his name. Anyone ever heard of Encourage Me I'm Young? Emmy?
I haven't.
That was a clothing brand God gave him. Let me tell you a little story about Emmy. Calvin King. Emmy stands for Encourage Me I'm Young. It means we need to encourage young people to be better, to lift them up, to show them respect while teaching them respect. One day he was watching the news, and in Detroit, there's a lot of death. A young girl, I believe, around 10 years old, had been murdered. And God tapped him on the shoulder and goes, hey, you need to go lay one of those Encourage Me I'm Young shirts so that hopefully it can land in the hands of somebody that'll need encouragement because of this.
Yeah.
So he's like, you want me to like go there? And yeah, I'm going to do that. All right. So he did. And this actually became a habit. Whenever you would hear about a child's death in his community,
Yeah.
he would go lay a shirt. In 14 years, how many shirts do you think he's laid?
A lot.
Let me tell you this. You watch the news, you hear all the stories, you see all the politics and everything else going on.
Yeah.
Why is nobody talking about the fact that in 14 years he has laid over 650 shirts at the death and murder of children in America? That seems like something that we should probably pay attention to.
Yeah. And just because we haven't heard it, it doesn't mean it exists. These are people in the shadows.
And this guy's out here literally in the dark, laying shirts or handing them to the families. And he does it because he's literally watched their worlds get hope
Yeah.
from a t-shirt.
Wow.
Absolutely playing. That man is a legend. And I am very, very proud to call my friend. And I'll tell you what, I don't care what it takes. The world will know
Thank
his
you for
name
the
because
hearts.
he's fucking earned it.
Oh yeah.
He has addressed the things that we've ignored. And it's time we stop ignoring him. He deserves a voice because guess what? He's got something important to say. And he has a program that actually fucking works with 14 years of verifiable results. So how about we start paying attention to those things and adapting them? Because we're letting the kids down.
Yeah. Especially, I was a kid and I was let down a lot in the 90s. And there's still kids these days who are being let down. The parents
Every day.
every day. And we are the parents now. It's crazy. I'm 36 years old and I've already let my son down for 5 years. But I'm not letting him down now. But I'm saying I thought I was ready, but I wasn't. But I'm
No
not gonna.
parent's ready.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna allow that to happen. You know, because I don't even know who my father is. You know.
Not yet. I'll get you there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. You know, we've had
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Yeah,
No.
but it started. It starts from broken generations of no fathers, no mothers. You know, and we gotta break that curse, man.
Look, it kills me to know what's going on in the world by actually talking to the people there and seeing what plays. I know a lot about Atlanta at this point. And
My
it
hometown.
is a war zone. But we're not hearing about that. We don't hear about all the other places where kids are dying. That's what I loved about Clubhouse was every time I heard anything on the news, there was people from every inch of this world on that app.
Yeah,
I just go ask them,
and they just
hey,
answer.
I heard this on the news. What's really going on?
What did you tell me? To listen to the person in the back.
Oh, FYI, if you guys would like to make some money on cryptocurrency or anything like that, go listen to a live where they're talking about the next big crypto thing, and there's audience participation.
There is, because I've
Yep.
downloaded the app on my phone.
And when you go in there, like everyone will agree what's going to come up, and they're like, it's an absolute certainty, 100%. There's no way it's going to change. And then there'll be one voice.
In the background.
It's different every time, but they'll be like, no, I think it's going to be the opposite. I made a lot of money last year. Once I learned that guy's always right, 100% of the time.
Because they don't want to listen to him.
Or you realize they're trying to fluctuate markets because if they can get enough people to go right when they're actually going left, that increases their profits.
Oh.
Little secret.
Little secret there. All right.
All right, guys. So I appreciate everybody's tuning in. And I know this is a little bit long. We have some more strict formats, and we're going to be starting next week.
So,
Next Monday, we'll have schedules, we'll have formats, and it's going to begin. Next week, we're going to go hunt the underdogs so we can support you. We want to give you the information you need to start businesses. We want to give you hope that you can do it, and we want to make sure that you get whatever it is that gives you the tools to achieve your goals. That's our goal.
Amen to that, brother.
I won't hand you a freebie, but I will give you the tools to build whatever future you want. If I don't have the knowledge, I have the person who has the knowledge.
Oh, he does. He's not bullshitting on that one. And those people have people in their phones that you would be like, you what? You what happened?
Oh, you don't know about the rest of them.
No, I know. I just know about one
But
person.
how about we grow together? How about those who actually want to get better in life? I want you. I want to support you. I want to help you. And if you're not ready to, great. I'm fine with that.
Thank you so much, y'all.
When you're ready, I'll be here. We'll be here.
Oh, we'll be here, and I'll be here too.
Carrie will be here too.
Amazing.
But we need the leaders to step up. And a lot of times you feel lost, like you don't understand what direction to go or you don't know how. It's a lot easier than you believe. That was the other gift I got last year, was being able to interact with people who were normally unattainable. Gave me perspective. And that perspective is things are not what they seem. And what I mean by that is people look up to successful and all these people that are, the giants. You have everything they have. 99% of them got there by just being stubborn. And we saw how many I ams were in the chat when I asked you to say if you were stubborn. The only difference was they were crazy enough to try. So if you are actually want to try, I think you deserve it.
Everybody deserves it. You're going to show up.
Because as heartbreaking as it is, it means you're one of the dying breed.
Oh, yes.
I don't understand why so many people will literally fight to the death to not try. And at that point, that becomes a choice. If you're not willing to try, yet, your life's going to get harder until you will. And unfortunately, I can't help you until you're ready. But I'm not going to be mad at you for being a tree.
Yeah. You're just a tree.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, if you don't want to because you're running from God, take it from the most stubborn person in the room, you ain't going to win. Just suck it up, say yes, and do the work, because life gets real easy.
It does.
And it's okay if you don't have to like it. You just got to do it. All right,
Excuse
guys.
me, y'all. Sorry.
I appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody on Facebook, Instagram, all that. I definitely want to call out everybody on the list right now. Demochi, you're killing it. Love you, brother. Gabby, Brief, Fran, Team Unity, Kurt, Amix. Oh, I can't see that name.
Plant.
Oh, Plank. Honey, Tattoo Girl. That's Miss Ki. And Love Sunshine.
Before I get off, I want to shout out to everybody on Facebook. And I'm going to go down the list. Jason, Star Chick, K-Ben, Fallen, Emo, Angel, Lewis, Darlin, Trilly, Crystal, Wevitt, Clifford, Sam, Cher, Jet, Tim, and Anna, and everybody else that came in.
And
If
to
I
me,
said your wrong name, if I said your name wrong, I apologize.
and to me, what we just did there is why these ranks are so important. Because the leaders aren't up there because they had the biggest wallets. It's because they cared enough to stick around. Having the ability to actually recognize and show support back to the people supporting you, That's what matters. So we're going to prove it. And I've sent this this concept to some of the bigger creators, and they're like, yeah, that's cool. Because they don't understand yet. Because some people don't get it until it's right in their face. So we're going to do it. The last time we ran just that live, I just pointed the camera at that live. Our audience participation 100x'd or more.
He's almost to 200,000.
We got shadow banned that day. We had 275 people in an hour and a half come through. That's really low for us. And yet we had over, 60,000 likes? 64,000?
Yeah.
With 1,200 shares.
1,200.
Show me another live with that small of an attendance with those kind of numbers. It doesn't exist.
Exactly.
And this way we can actually make it with people.
Yes.
Everyone says it. I live in a show me world. Prove it. So, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I know we've rambled a bit. I was dealing with so much tech coming into it that it was tough, but
Made it.
we'll get it straightened out because you just gotta jump. And it's okay to do it messy. Because as Les Brown says, you always gotta jump. Just grow your wings on the way down. So I love you guys' faces. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm gonna start by signing off on Facebook. Thank you guys, everyone.
Yeah,
Man, we
love
you.
y'all on TikTok.